How would you know you've designed your app very well if there's no way to get feedback that your app has been designed very well and it's used well by the persons you've designed it for? That's why today we're going to explore mobile analytics in Flutterflow. If you've been designing with Flutterflow like me, you will see there's a huge chance that you're going to be designing very clean, sleek UI, but there's something very important, and that's knowing if your sleek UI is converting. That's knowing if your onboarding is good or if the part of your application is good. But first of all, let's define what analytics mean. Mobile app analytics is a way to gather app data from users to show user behavior and also track app performance. It means that if you want to know how people are using your application, the best way and the best place to find out is to dig deep into your mobile app analytics, right? This is how you find analytics in Flutterflow. So first of all, when you are building your application, you would have to come down here, Google Analytics, right, and enable your Google Analytics, right? It's just very important. So when you enable your Google Analytics, you're not only sending data to Firebase, you're also sending it to Google Analytics, where you will get a whole lot of feedback. And you would have to turn on all of this on page load. So whenever a page is loaded in your Flutterflow application, it tracks it. When an action starts, action like moving from one page to another, completing a form, opening a form, sending a message, you track all of those. You can also track individual actions like swiping a page, closing a pop-up, all of those, and also you can also track authentication. These are a couple of things to track, and they are very, very important. So you would turn this on, and also you can set up your own analytics via your database. But I do not see any reason why you should do that, simply because you will get all the analytics in Google Analytics or in your Firebase console. I will also show you other ways you can learn about your user behavior and also your app performance outside Google Analytics and Firebase. Creating your own analytics is necessary if your app has multi users. If your app users need to see things that they do in your application. For example, this is a note-taking application. So for example, I could create analytics for my users if they want to see how many notes they've created, if they want to see how many days streak they've had, if they want to see all of those stuff, I can create analytics. And also, if your app is a multi-tenant application where you have users, you have admin, you have different type of users, and they have to see different types of information, right? So let's go see some analytics, right? So if you come to your dashboard, especially if you're using Firebase, everybody uses Firebase in Flutterflow. Almost everybody, but you can definitely use third-party applications, but you have to make sure that your app is connected to Analytics 2 in order for you to get feedback from your customer. Some of the basic feedback that you have to track, irrespective of the tools that you're using, first you have to track installs. How many persons are installing your application? That's very important because people have to install your application before they are able to do anything with it. And also, you have to check their first-time action. When they got into the application, what did they do first? Did they sign up? Did they log in? Did they finish the onboarding? Did they pay? Those are some of the actions that you want to track in your application. First-time actions. And also, you have to track retention. How are people coming back to your application? Are they just using your application one time and then they don't come back again? You have to track that. And lastly, you have to track the number of crashes. Are your application crashing every single time? That's what actually tell you how your app is performing. If your app crashes a whole lot of time, it means your app is not performing. But if it doesn't crash, it means that your app is performing very, very, very well, right? So those are the couple of things to track. And even though those are the basic things to track, you would have to ask yourself, what is important for me? I built my app. What's the end goal? What do I want my users to give me back in return for using my service? Is it that they have to click on ads? That's a freemium. Is it that they have to make a payment? Yeah. So that's something to do. And whenever you're tracking your app analytics, you have to find out where people are dropping off. If people are not paying and they're not completing what you want them to complete, then you have to take a look at the onboarding. That's a very good place to start troubleshooting your app analytics. You have to check the onboarding. Are people dropping off? You have to check it. Let me show you a chart that shows that lots of people drop off during the onboard. So you can see, looking at the chart in front of the screen, that of all the persons who start the onboarding, only 38.75% actually finish. It means that this particular application has a whole lot of drop off from when the user installed the application to when they finally get onboarded into the application. So there's a whole lot of things to fix, and there's a whole lot of experiment to be done in this application. Okay, so enough theory, let's go practical. So one of the first ways to check for your analytics is it's on Firebase, right? So you can see all your mobile app here, your web app, your iOS app, or your Android app. You can see all of them here, and you can check your dashboard. You can check your dashboard for how people are using your application. Don't forget, you want to check your deployed application, not your experimental application. So you want to check your application that's in production, not your experimental application. So if you look at it right here, you would see a lot of it. You would see active users, you would see countries, you would see active users, and you would see users over time in days, right? And you also see engagement rates. You also see if there's any crashes in the application. And also, you also see user retention. It means how many users are coming back. And you also see, you will see events that are taking place in the application, and you likely see revenue if your app, if your app requires users to pay for anything, right? You also see some revenue here. So that's a good place to start. Another place where you want to check is your App Store Connect and your Google Console. For example, this is the same app on Google Console. It gives you a whole lot more detailed analytics, lots more, and you can see when the app is released, how many install base. You will see also device acquisition, how many persons opened it. You would see monthly active users. So it means that this app is really cool because you have 31 installs, and then you have 31 people using the application. So if you want to dig deep a bit more on statistics, you should click here. You will see some app statistics. It will show you time when people are using the application, which of the countries are using it the most, and it will show you table by table, by day. It will show you day by day feedback of how people are using your application, right? Believe me when I say that the best place to find all the analytics as it regards to your application is it's on Google Analytics. Though it is very broad, it's going to take time for you to use, but it's very comprehensive. So another place to check out is to check out this App Store. So if you go to the analytics here, you'll be able to see what this app is doing. You will see that this particular application, it has 28 impressions. This is the App Store SEO, right? People are looking for the app, and you will see how many persons visit the page. You will see conversion rate, which is very cool, and then you see how many downloads. Here also you can see how much each user is bringing. So this app is very profitable. Each user is bringing $24.8. You will see the total proceeds, and you see how many actions, and you see that the app is very stable. There is no crash, right? So you see some of the countries that's using this application. That's a couple of them. And if you want to see a lot more, you would see acquisition here. This means how users are seeing your application. And then you also see metrics. You see other metrics, right? How many product page visit. You will see metrics day by day, similar to what we saw on Google Play Store. And also you see retention. It means how many persons are using the application and coming back. This app does not have a lot of data to show you how many users are installing the application and then coming back. So you have to know. And then coming back. So again, analytics doesn't mean you're going to track everything that's happening in the application, but instead you have to figure out what you need to track, and then set out to track all of those things. Again, some of the things that you must track installation, you must track first time actions, and then you must track crashes, and then you must track retention. Of all of this, first time action is very important for you to try because it gives you a whole lot of feedback. It tells you what features users are using and what features they are not using. And also, you must track how much money you have in your bank account because that's the overall goal of building your application. You want to be very, very profitable. So that's it. You should go ahead, set up your analytics. I'm pretty sure now you understand a few things that you should track when you are launching your application. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to learn how to build profitable application, there's a link down below. You can always check it out. Also, if you need a dev partner, someone who's going to work with you to build your own application, bring it to life and make it really profitable, then you can click on the link below and I'll definitely I'll be glad and I'll be happy to help you bring your dreams to life. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in a different video entirely. Bye.